Salutations everyone, my name is Silta and welcome back to ClickCast. Now it's been a while since I've actually done ClickCast, and that's because I've had delays and guests, but I finally got someone. And Wolficide, you wanna greet yourself?
Yeah, that's me. I'm here and I'm chilling, the usual. I was here before, so you should be familiar by the time that this is. For sure.
Yeah, he's been here before, and we also have another guest with us today. It's not just one person.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right, so, oh, God. So, yeah, what do you guys, how have you been since we've last done our podcast?
I'm, shit, when was the last one? It was August, I believe? August 11th?
It was like 6 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, no, I've grown, so to speak, I guess.
Okay.
It's been a long half a year. That's for sure, without a doubt in mind. It's a lot, but I'd say I'm relatively alright.
You've been working more
sure.
on your music, right? Like I've seen that you've released a lot of new albums or something, like some new tracks.
No, I released 2 songs
All right.
for my album. It's not out yet.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been working on it for since August, and I'm trying to release it in March or April. It's taken a lot of fucking time, non-stop, pretty much, day-to-day basis almost. Yeah.
Okay. So, when do you expect it to come out and to be finished? Do you have like an ETA?
March 28th is my goal.
March 28th?
Yeah, originally I was planning on January 24th, which is the Friday night before my birthday. I was planning on January 24th since September, but in December I realized, hey, this is taking like an eclipse longer than I expected, so I'm gonna have to push it back. And I figured the spring was better for me anyway. Because I didn't want my birthday to just be filled with comments about my music, because I like the show on my birthday especially, so I guess pushing it back was the best decision if I didn't want to rush product, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea.
Good, sir. So it's the best way to do it.
Okay. And what kind of music is it?
Like, genres?
Yeah, like what genre music is it?
Hip hop and R&B, I guess. Yeah, there's like maybe 2 pop songs, but it's a whole like genre fuck, really. Not like to where it's a mess, but I mean nothing is really defined by one specific genre. Like at this point in music, anyways. So I wouldn't say any of them are. But that overall, if I were to say it in retrospect, those would be the 3 main ones for sure.
Yeah. So, Grant, do you do you do YouTube or?
No, I'm not really into that stuff. I've kind of considered like in the past like some sort of content creation at one point, but I've always been like, I guess like too timid to really do it. I guess like I kind of saw myself like I kind of lacked, I guess, like the charisma to do it, because like it takes a whole lot to do that stuff, to like grab an audience and like maintain it. So I was always like too nervous to kind of step onto that scene.
That's understandable. I know for the longest time I struggle getting a little bit of a viewer base, and I don't know if they're regulars, but I do get about 30 to 40 views now per video regularly. And you really just have to put yourself out there and give it a shot to really see if it sticks or not. And it's not gonna stick at first. Like that's something you really just gotta understand, is that it's a process and you have to keep trying.
For sure.
But if you were to make some content, what kind would it be? Like gaming?
I'm not too sure. I mean, maybe, but I guess like most of my stuff would, I guess, be some sort of like commentary, or like I've always kind of like been really into like some of the like podcasts on like a lot of informational stuff. So it's kind of like I might step into that, like maybe not really podcaster stuff, but more so like aiming to like entertain as well as kind of like put some sort of like meaning to my content, I guess.
Well, definitely experiment around. Like, I'd say for the first few months that you're doing YouTube, it's just best to kind of experiment to see what you're comfortable doing. Like, originally I switched between commentary videos and gaming videos, and I don't know which one I really prefer. Video games are more fun to do. Commentary feels more technical and formal of my content. And Wolficide, you do YouTube too still, right? So what kind of content do you make?
I mean, it's that's a trick question. I don't know anymore, really. I started like I've said on pretty much every podcast I've been on. This is my 8th year doing it, and so I've done pretty much everything at this point. I'd say for the past couple months, I started off on this specific channel with rants and commentaries, and then I branched off into more fun videos, skit regarded and just comedy influenced. And now I'm going back to my roots and just making fun of people again. So it's I don't really know what I'm doing. I am planning to branch into me and a group of people. We're planning on I was planning on pursuing acting more this year, and my friends and I are planning on doing sort of a live series of sorts, that kind of like our own little like show based. And I was going to invest into it and help us out, like start up, and we might do that later in the year, probably after sophomore year, like during the summer for sure.
Yeah, I do want to try and experiment doing live action stuff on my channel, but I don't know how to go about it. I've thought about doing webcam videos. Like, a lot of commentary channels do webcam videos now, and instead of the old character stills cross-arm meme.
Yeah, I think commentary channels' biggest trope is, well, the truth is a lot of commentary channels, no offense to any of them, of course, I'm friends with a lot of people who own them, and I guess sort of have one, but it's like, it can get boring. It can get really boring. As someone who started off watching those videos, as why I made this channel, I used to watch those videos, whether it be like Spock the Junkie, any people big in the random community, and it gets really boring.
It's repetitive.
It's usually this, repetitive, and I guess at some points obnoxious if you're doing, like, it's kind of like the same concept, and a lot of people don't try to switch up at all what they're doing, because you need to experiment, and you need to keep people entertained, and I think a lot of people don't really have the charisma to do that. I notice a lot of people kind of just try to copy the same formula that everyone else is doing, and it kind of just doesn't expand the market of the community at all, and just, I mean, I don't really see the community going to new feats at all recently, to be honest. As sucks as it is, and to just say that's just how it is.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. A lot of commentary channels try to repeat and copy each other in that formula, so it doesn't have much variety in it anymore as it used to.
Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate because commentary is a big thing still, but there isn't much variety in the content creators.
For sure. People's tastes change as well, so you kind of have to adapt with that, or else you won't really stay in the game for very long. Unless you adapt unless you adapt an audience that will stick with you with whatever you do. You know, be with it fucking, I don't know, playing with a toy train or some shit. I don't know, whatever you wish to do. Whatever you wish to do. It just, that way, just, if you adapt what I'm saying is, like, if you have an attached group of people, if you have an attached fan base that's just gonna follow you with whatever the hell you make, I mean, you're set, really. But if you just do the same stuff and you don't have a group of people kind of attached to you or that care that much, humans get bored of things easily. We're curious people. We like new things. If we do the same thing over and over again, we're gonna get bored of it. So you kind of have to adapt, and if you don't learn how to adapt, then, I mean, sucks to be you, because you're not going to last that long.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I get burnt out really easily when I did my commentary videos, and I enjoy making those videos, but they're not, how do I put it? Like you said, they get repetitive, and my formula is kind of stale at this point, and I don't know how to change that.
Yeah, I don't focus on my videos too much. But like I do, but like when I make one, I just kind of take the time. I take a few days, the next few days, and just do whatever the hell I want with like friends and stuff. Because
Yeah,
like
that's understandable.
I view it just like it's like a side job. You know, I try to upload like weekly, and then once I do that, I'm doing whatever the hell I want. The most rewarding thing about it is just that I've met a lot of people from it, and I'm set. Really, it's not as big to me as it used to be. I mean, it's cool, but I don't focus too much on it nowadays. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I don't focus on it as much as I'd like to. Like, I do want to take it seriously, but I'm not at that point to even consider taking it seriously. So.
It's like.
But your music, you more so are focused on that apparently, right? As it seems, you're more interested in the music.
As of now, there's something from it. It's kind of like a feeling I get from nowhere else. You know, I had cause the thing with oh my bad. The thing with music is the people are normally gonna be more excited for music than for a YouTube video. So approaching it from both sides is very different. And with like I have my family cheering me on with it. I have people at school cheering me on with it. And my IRLs who, like a lot of my IRLs, I mean all of them know about my videos, but a lot of them just stopped kind of caring about the videos after a couple months. Because I mean obviously you're not gonna keep being excited for the same person's release every time if they're a YouTuber. Unless you're, I guess, if you have a lot of free time, I guess maybe. But at least with me, not so. So with music, I just kind of it's exciting, you know. It's a whole new branch of shit that I don't get from anywhere else, and it just brings a whole new set of events to the table. Really, like I can't really express.
I sort of relate to that on a different level. I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of more into art these days now. Like I've done paintings and stuff, and I'm picking up digital painting.
Yeah, I peep social media.
And
even if social media sucks, I peep it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I gotta say, doing paintings and like anything artistic really, be it music, videos, painting, poetry, whatever you do that's artistic, it kind of helps you, I think, in more ways than one. Like mentally, I feel more expressive in my arts, as cheesy as that sounds.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever feel that way with your music? Do you feel like you put a piece of yourself into your music?
Yeah, because with videos, I talk shit on people, and I just have fun for like 7 minutes, and then it's over. So I don't really get to be myself, so to speak, at least emotionally or personally, like with music. Because with, you know, the same shit you could say in maybe 10 vent tweets, you could put into a song. And at least that way you're gonna vibe to it, you know? Like it's a whole different lane, really. Yeah, for sure, I agree with you. But I don't really want to spend this whole time talking about, you know, YouTube music. So how about like, what's up with you, like personally, you know?
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, what we create isn't everything. Because obviously that's only a portion of our time. You know, what we do otherwise is different.
So what about you, Grant? Do you know, are you feel similar about arts, or?
I mean, somewhat. I'm not really too much into it. Like, I'm not really too much of the creative type, so a lot of that stuff with like content creation and music and all, like, I've never been able to project. Whenever I was a lot younger, I'd say, well, not a lot younger, but whenever I was a freshman and the 2 years before middle school, I was really into like making music. I sung a whole lot. And I've always I really, really like music, and I love like listening to it, and I, love like watching people like like come up with the ideas to like what songs, like experimenting like with different like sorts of like song production, like things like that. I'm interested in like viewing it, but like for me to apply it and actually do it, I've never really like done that type of stuff before.
All right.
We actually, him and I actually, well, it's a long story, but like we reconnected, like a friendship of sorts, because of music.
Facts.
So it was it was because of this one rapper that we did, and our relationship would be here now if it wasn't for it. So I mean, music's a huge part of my life, but whether it be making or not, both of ours really.
Our friendship really kicked off at first whenever it came to a picture of a ski mask.
Yeah.
And then Josh was like, "Yo, like I know who that is." I'm like, "Yo, I know who that is." And then we just started talking about music and stuff, and then we got like we got closer and stuff whenever it came to like our interests like that way, because a lot of music that he listened to, I listened to. He brought songs my way, I brought songs like his way, and like that's just a way that we like connected at first.
Yeah, it was like what, 2 years now? Yeah, 2 years ago now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way things roll out is crazy. Yeah. You never really know what can happen with the interests you have.
You really can't. Like, I have stories about that. So, changing subjects, unless you guys want to keep talking about the arts, it's up to you.
No, it's all good. Let's go.
So, like, I've talked about this before on my podcast, but how do you feel about online friends and, relationships online? For example, like, you've got friends online, but you've never really met them. Do you still consider them real friends? Like, that's a conversation. Yeah, obviously.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I've been on the internet since I was 7 years old. Bad trope, I know, but I've been on the internet completely unsupervised since 7 years old. And some of the people I know today that I hang out with, or at least talk to, whether it be texting or calling on the daily, are closer than can even be closer to an extent of people in my own household, really. There's really bad stigma around online friendships, but really this shit can go so far. It can be really incredible the things you can do, because like the things that even people online versus the people you have with you, like in the same town, be with, they can vary incredibly. Like, just it doesn't feel the same at all. And there's pros and cons. Like, obviously cons, like they're not there, but pros being, I don't know, they could really be there for you whenever. Like, maybe not physically, but it's just it hits so much differently than physically. Just because physically, you gotta go to each other and like hang out with each other and shit if you don't have each other online. Now, with relationships, if we talking that, it's a different story. Well, at least to an extent. Like there's pros and cons in that alley. Like, let's say you live in a small town, Whether it be like maybe a small town, maybe you're really antisocial, all those aspects. Describing
me, but yes.
Not quite, but like, it just. It's
more comfortable, right?
Maybe. Now I'm not describing myself.
No.
Because I myself have experimented, here, and it just didn't work that way. And I found online relationships to be much more comfortable for me. It just worked out incredibly better. I don't want to get too personal on here, so I'm not gonna discuss why. But with different people, it can work. And like I said, there's pros and cons to all of it, really.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And the thing is that older generations, like parents, grandparents, boomers, if you will, don't seem to really understand internet culture as much, along with like online friends and whatnot. And I don't know. I kind of wish they did, but they don't. It's kind of like they're out of touch with social media to a degree.
Yeah, I don't blame them because I mean the past generations, at least. Well, I wouldn't say with the plural. Past generation, you know, our parents were, you know, like the way they were raised. The internet was being created, and the stigma around it, obviously, for the first decade or so, was very bad. All you really heard was bad stuff about it. And if you think about it, when it comes to ideologies and shit, you know, every new idea, if it's surrounded by just bad word and basically just a really negative reputation, then you're probably not gonna like it. You're probably gonna be against it.
Yeah, like first impressions.
Maybe spread that message. A lot of things that we do now, rather do, are, or use now, may have been frowned upon at one point ever in the history of the world. So, I mean, everything can be looked at negatively in someone else's eyes. So obviously they probably, you know, they think about the internet and it's like, oh no, this and this has happened, so I don't want my child to be at risk of that. And that's great. It's being protective. Now, I'd say the biggest thing when it comes to that is if people were more, I guess, open-minded to new ideas, that would be nice. But I cut them the slack because of what they were raised on and what they saw in its early stages and the way it's branched out, what happened then.
Yeah, like you said, it comes from a place of protection and being cautious about new things. Because, you know, change is scary. That's something that people, just about everyone can agree with. Change is scary because you don't know what could happen.
Correct.
And I think it's interesting because if you take a look at it, online friendships, pen pals, stuff like that. See, pen pals is very much like being with friends online, because in the 18th and 19th century, that was a huge deal, being pen pals, like being friends with people across the world, the country, the state, through messaging each other. And relationships have ballooned from that. Abraham Lincoln actually, his first girlfriend, I think it was his first girlfriend, who became his wife, they met at a party once, and they kept in touch through pen pal. They wrote letters to each other for like a year, and then from that a relationship bloomed just from that one encounter.
Yes, sir. It's been around forever.
So, long distance relationships, I mean, hey, Abraham Lincoln was e-dating. Think of it that way. Alright? Abraham Lincoln e-dated. He got the girl in the end.
Abraham Lincoln had an e-girl. Fuck
Yes. He had an e-girl. Yes, honestly, yeah. And he wasn't the only one. A lot of people pen palled each other, became friends, but they didn't see each other very often because they lived far away from each other. And if you think about it, that's always been the case. Even with the internet, that nothing's new. The only thing is that it takes like 2 seconds instead of 2 weeks to get a message to someone.
Yeah, and now it takes 2 seconds. You know, depending on your connection, maybe one.
Yeah, depending on your connection.
Cool. What about you, man? Yeah, we started going crazy.
Shoot, like, honestly, like with the online stuff, I've been online probably since like 2009. I was on I've been like online since about 2009, 2008. But I wasn't like really much of like interacting with people until about 2011. Was hopping on services like Skype. Like, that's where it all started. And I've always been like told by my family, it's like, nah, you don't need to be interacting with people online, like it's not good people and stuff. And I was always like scared of it. But eventually I kind of like started stepping into like the scene of like, you know, like I'm my own person. Like there's no danger somewhat of me, at least like trying to talk to people and like interact with them and all. And then around 2016, I started stepping into my first friend groups. I think on Discord was where I mostly found them. And it kind of led me down like a path of kind of just finding like new friends. Kind of found out like how online communities really worked and stuff. Some of them pretty bad, pretty terrible, but really, really bad. But it all kind of led me to like a better place and all. Whenever it came to finding friends and stuff, I knew like, you know, I think myself more of introverted just because I'm very timid in newer interaction, and I wasn't really too interactive more in my like outside life and all. But being online and like being able to like interact with people in like simple ways where I didn't feel like too ashamed to really talk to people like how I wanted to, kind of like built confidence. And I think like making friends online is like it's valuable because you can make the same connection you can online as you can like with an actual person. It's just the difference is there's technology involved. That's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like I said, it's the same as pen pals in the 18th and 19th century. Nothing's really changed. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is.
Dude, Abe Lincoln had an e-girl. I'm done.
Big boy,
Yeah.
he was an e-boy. Crazy. Y'all think Abe Lincoln was a simp?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She was a skater girl.
No, Abe was a simp. And that
Abe
is
was a
facts.
simp. Abe simping. Red alert, red alert.
Red alert, Abe
Streets is
simp.
done.
But yeah, that's my opinion. That's my take on online friendships and relationships, A lot can bloom from it, and the older generations don't completely understand it, and I forgive them for that because, protective cautiousness. The internet is a new thing for them.
Like I said, every new idea was found upon at least once.
Yeah, principles are really important, I'd say.
Yes, sir. I had doubt my mind about that one. Yeah.
So, is there anything you guys would like to talk about next? I know I have like 2 more notes we can go off of if we can't think of anything.
Throw it. Throw one.
Star Wars or video games, or both?
Star Wars. Yes, sir. Please.
Star Wars, please.
Please.
Okay. Heads up, I haven't seen the new one.
Okay.
Don't care about spoilers, though. You can spoil it all you want, because I don't like the newest trilogy. I prefer the prequels and the older ones from like the 80s. I grew up on prequels, and that's why I like them for nostalgic reasons. I know they're not good films, but at the same time...
No, I'm just judging you physically. You can't see it. Okay.
I can feel it, though.
Alright, Grant, you go first before I go up.
Alright, facts. Episode 3, best Star Wars episode that can't be debated at all.
Oh, wait, hold on. Out of the prequels, maybe. It's top 2 and it ain't 1.
Okay. Episode 6 then would be the only other thing I could think would be the better one.
I agree with you.
It'd be like episode probably it's a really hard tie between 3 and 6 is because if 6 was produced like 3, it would have taken by a mile.
Oh no,
but just because of production, like as a movie, I guess, and I know it's older, but production for its time, especially, I'd say I personally enjoyed Revenge of the Sith better than I did, like any other movie out of the Star Wars thing. And it's mostly just because a lot of the storyline was developed up to that movie, as well as it explains a lot of stuff in technically the future movies, quote unquote. It's just future date, like in Star Wars lore. Like, I really enjoyed Episode 3.
For sure.
But
Wait, which one's Episode 3?
Revenge
of the Sith.
Is that
That's
the one?
whenever, like,
Order 66, General Grievous.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Clone Wars era, like, okay, I got it.
I mean, the prequels, before y'all beat me up, the prequels were my favorite, okay? Because I grew up on them until...
Yeah, same.
When Episode 9 was coming out, I spent that week before rewatching every Star Wars movie in order. And, oh, God. Oh, I fell asleep during The Phantom Menace twice. Okay.
Most disgusting movie I've probably ever watched.
So boring. It is the worst Star Wars movie, and I will stand by that for the rest of my life. Phantom Menace is easily the worst Star Wars movie. Oh my God, bro.
Terrible.
I wanted to clock Anakin in his face. I don't care if he was 9, okay? And Jar Jar can get it, too, okay?
Before Jar
I
Jar
don't give a
Binks,
fuck.
that actor went through so much though. You know, like how
I know,
messed
but
up he was
it's
after
not his
that?
fault. It's because of George Lucas. Fuck the
Everyone
character.
George
the
Lucas.
the actor did good with what he had, but I hate the character. Okay.
Young
Like-
Anakin also had a troubled childhood after filming.
Yeah, and he got in prison for 5 years, but he can get it as a kid though. He can fucking get it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Man, like kid. Look, actually, nah. I take back what I said about the acting. No, I didn't. Actually, Jar Jar Binks, even though I hate that character so much, probably one of the best actors in the film, and that says something because the acting in that was so fucking bad. I could have done better when I
Would
was
you
8.
consider that acting though? It was more CGI than anything. You don't actually see the actual
with the
actor.
characters.
Jar Jar
The
Binks?
Lego
Well,
games
voice
had better
acting.
graphics than the movie.
Voice acting, though.
Voice acting
I
is different,
literally
yeah.
the other day I got bored and I hopped on the complete saga, and I did it in order 1 to 6. And
Right.
I remember the invasion of Naboo and the that final battle on Naboo as well. I swore the Lego games had better graphics than that movie had CGI. It
The
was
Phantom of the Menace mission.
terrible.
I dread them so much.
They were horrible. The invasion
So
of Naboo made me want to like just curl into a ball and cry, bro.
Do
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
have a favorite Star Wars character or?
That's really rough because if we're
Ladies first.
basing it off of
So me.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I got 3, not in order though. Kylo.
You? I mean, go on.
Okay,
Wow.
Okay. Well, Kylo's easily what saved the new trilogy, but Vader
Ooh.
and Yoda is just so fucking funny. So I'm gonna choose Yoda because he's a little fucking goblin.
So, what about you, Grant?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kylo too. Both for acting and character development, even though I'm still pissed off about episode 9. I'm still pissed.
Me too.
Probably say Obi-Wan as well.
That one is great.
And on top of that, I kind of want to, I don't know. It's because I want to say Vader, but I like to look at movies a whole lot off of character development and as well as the actors themselves. And you couldn't really put a literal face to Vader, and his character development was kind of more bound by Anakin than it was
badass, though.
Vader.
Vader's
So,
so badass.
if I can associate Vader and Anakin as the same person, which they are,
They are.
I would say Anakin and Vader would be my third favorite, but I have to entail the Anakin part with it.
Thing with Anakin, man.
As for me,
Anakin used to be in my top 3, but after rewatching the prequels, now the actor did with what he had. The script sucked ass. So Hayden did what he did with what he had. But oh my God, the character was so bitchy.
Episode
couldn't
2,
stand
Anakin was a
He was a simp.
and a
The whole
bitch.
time he's a simp.
In episode 2, he
In
was a
both-
simp and a bitch. Episode 3,
In 3, he killed everyone just because
he
of the
killed
girl,
everyone
bruh.
for the chick,
Simp.
bro. Anakin was a simp, but he wasn't a bitch in episode 3. Because
See-
he tried to bring peace, freedom, and security to
Just
his new
in-
empire.
yeah.
His new empire. And that's all that fucking matters. So I admire Anakin
I
in that way.
I agree with Grant because my favorite Star Wars character, I think, not including video game characters, is probably Darth Vader and Anakin. Since they're the same person, I'm going to count them as the same person.
If we were
Because
to say
he
video
has-
game characters.
If we're saying
He-
video game characters, you already know who I'm about to pick, Josh.
I already
Me
know
too.
I'm about
Me
to
too.
pick.
I already
You
know who I'm
already know
about
who
to
I'm about
pick.
to pick.
Alright, hold on. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Star Killer.
Star
There you
Killer.
go.
We all
Okay.
like Star Killer? Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
Definitely Star
I like
Killer.
that. Yeah.
Alright, I
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, Star Killer's a really cool character.
So fucking.
I think he's actually canon in the books. Or in the comics. I could be wrong.
He is. Disney said. Disney's saying he's not, but fuck Disney. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about Disney. Disney, Mickey Mouse can go away. I don't care.
Can't believe you hating on Kylo like that. Kylo
Mickey Mouse is literally
saved.
Palpatine, okay? He's
Nah,
the
but, like,
Emperor.
Kylo is literally saved the sequels. I don't know why you said the Kylo.
Listen, I only watched the first of the trilogy movies. Here's what I remember. I remember him taking off his helmet, and this Napoleon Dynamite looking guy with his hair just poofs out, and he throws a tantrum and starts cutting up a terminal with his lightsaber. That's all I remember about Kylo.
That's his character. Nah, you're not gonna diss Adam Driver like that. See, this
Adam Driver's cool. I like the actor.
He's a
Napoleon
brilliant
Dynamite
actor.
looking ass. Man, we got issues.
You can call him Napoleon Dynamite because it was SNL episode, but otherwise, do not call
Oh
him
yeah,
Napoleon Dynamite.
thank you.
Dude, that episode was so funny. I literally, that got me back into SNL.
I
After
only
that,
just know for the rappers and yeah.
I think Finn might be my favorite character from the trilogy movies. I was really expecting him to be a Jedi by the end of it or something.
I was so
y'all think Anakin's a simp? Oh shit.
Finn. Bro.
Finn.
what
Welcome to Simp Nation.
Hold on. What y'all thinking? Since you mentioned Finn, I gotta mention this. What do y'all think about Finn Poe?
About what?
What my face? Finn Poe, you know the ship.
I've never been so disappointed in anything you have said up to this moment.
I needed to figure out what y'all's opinion on it was.
I don't even know what Finn Poe is, honestly.
You know,
I
Poe,
just told you. It's
the
a
rebel pilot, one that
Oh, yeah.
told BB-8 to go into the desert after the beginning of Force Awakens.
Yeah.
That's Poe. Finn,
Oh.
you know who he is?
Yeah.
Finn Poe.
Yeah. People are shipping them for the whole trilogy.
It's so weird. I don't like ships very much.
Well, I mean, it's because of
Yeah, I like ships. My favorite's the X-Wing.
Oh yeah, me too. Shit, I like TIE fighters a lot. They're cool.
No, the
But
TIE
I like-
bombers. That's where it's at.
Facts.
I need to rewatch the Star Wars films from start to finish. I've been
In my
meaning to.
opinion, you should rewatch the sequels and form a new opinion on it.
What do y'all think is the perfect order to watch Star Wars films?
Well, I mean, obviously, there's only one way to watch them.
There is technically two ways to watch them.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, the prequels, and then after the prequels, Solo, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, if you're trying to do the whole thing in order.
I
I
think
kind
both.
of like I like that too, but it's kind of cool to watch it develop in time, as in 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, Rogue, Solo, and then 7, 8, 9.
Facts. So if you're trying to see the story in order.
Yeah.
Speaking
You know
of
what
Solo, y'all saw Solo, right? Both.
Nope.
I
Man,
gotta make a
Sleeping.
really
I don't care for the new
shameful.
Star Wars movies.
You tripping? You're too close-minded.
I gotta make a shameful confession.
What? No.
I have not seen all the Star Wars.
Oh my God, bro!
I
How?
haven't seen Solo.
Solo is dead ass in my top 3. Solo is my 3rd favorite one. Solo is so good.
So you only like Solo because Childish Gambino's in it.
I really don't.
Only like
It's
Solo
a
because
great
Childish
Star Wars
Gambino's
story
in it.
with none of that Force bullshit. It is a great Star Wars story. Swear to you, watch it. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
It genuinely is. It is a great story. It's easy to follow.
Take your word
it's
for
a
it.
fun adventure, and the actors all did perfect. That Han Solo actor was great.
So
On God, it's fun. None of that
guys-
Force and Jedi bullshit.
you guys are really versed in Star Wars, probably way more than me. Do you guys know anything about the Old Republic and how
Yep,
it
I
correlates
played
to
Knights of the Old Republic whenever I was a kid.
My dad used to play it a lot, and I tried playing it, but it was too complicated for me as a kid, and I picked it up recently months ago.
So I had my friend and I the other day in class. We actually got a USB. I plugged it into my actual computer and I downloaded Old Republic on the USB and ported it to the school laptops. So now everyone in the school has Knights of the Old Republic, and we're trying to see who can grind out and beat the game. And so far, my friend is in the lead. I think he's about to fight Malgus. So, yeah. It's a fun game, though. It's quite fun.
I haven't played that, so
That's how I found out who Revan was, through that game.
I don't know where it's set in anything. 'Cause as far as I know, it's set somewhere in another galaxy or farther away.
I thought it was the same one.
It's in the same galaxy. This is around the time that the Republic was actually becoming prevalent, but in the Old Republic, this is whenever like the Sith weren't powerful. They were like, it was simply like, you know how what made the Empire powerful is because it was an empire, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the Empire, it was the Sith that were powerful. Malgus, Revan, Plagueis, these people were alive in the Old Republic. It was simply the Force-sensitive people that made it terrifying. And fun fact, Revan is technically, by canon, the most overpowered and the most powerful Force user ever. That is technically the lore, that he's the most powerful. Like, more powerful than Vader, Starkiller, Plagueis, Malgus, all of them.
Could he save others from death, though?
He could.
Great.
So did you guys... Okay, I know Wolficide has. What do you guys think about... What's it called? The Jedi Order. Jedi Fallen Order. The video game that came out recently.
Oh, so fucking good, dude.
I didn't beat it, but I got to the last mission.
I'm gonna play it probably next week.
Okay,
so
you
good.
haven't played it?
I have not.
Then I don't want to get into it and spoil it for you.
It's already been spoiled for me.
I got one thing to say that doesn't spoil anything.
Okay.
It just disappoints me. The way the game played through, I don't see it having any replayability, at least to me.
Yeah,
Because
neither do I.
That's how most story games will work.
Well, I mean, there's some I will go back and play, but at least when it came to a Star Wars game, I thought it'd have a soft spot to where I want to replay it, but nah, not this one. It was really good. That was a really fun experience. I clocked in like 30 hours, I think.
The last part I was at in that game, and spoilers, I guess, was I went to this underwater base. That's as far as I got. And I didn't get to finish it because there's no checkpoints and it's really hard.
No, there is checkpoints.
I could not find a single checkpoint when I was going through that entire base, and I died and had to reset, so I just rage quit.
Yeah, no, there's one that's kind of hidden, but it's not. It's like 15 minutes in. It's difficult. You have to really stand your ground. Yeah, I love the game. They're planning to make a sequel for it. That's not going to be for another 1 or 2 years. I'll be excited for it though.
I was disappointed that there wasn't dismemberment like in Force Unleashed. I'm sorry.
That's what you worried about?
Yeah, I'm sadistic. I like the maturity in the series and the games.
Well, I mean, shit. I like the I just like killing people with my lightsaber. I like the fucking the fucking blast and shit. It was really fun. Feel like a Jedi. Yeah, no, it was a great game.
I kind of really want to reinstall the Old Republic and try to beat it again because I don't know why I stopped.
I still have not played it. I need to.
I haven't gotten far enough to get my own lightsaber yet because I think you make your own. That's like a big part of the game, I think. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, once I beat Force Unleashed 1 and 2, because I'm replaying them right now, I'll try to copy them.
Those are my favorite Star Wars games of all time.
So good, yeah.
The first one I liked because you get like just one lightsaber. I didn't like how you got 2 split lightsabers in the sequel, but I went with it anyways.
I did not remember that. Well,
it's
yeah,
not.
Nah,
it's like on the cover art.
Well, I mean, I don't even remember the cover art. the first one I'm like a quarter way through.
Yeah.
I think I'm like an hour in. I'm at the ending of the second mission in the game. I'm just trying to chill through it since I last played it on the Wii.
I played the Xbox version originally, then I bought it on Steam. And depending on what console you played on, it's very different.
Oh yeah, no, I remember it being different from the Wii. Remember when I was like, 8, playing it on the Wii, I was like, fuck! God, it's so fucking hard. I think it was the second one I was playing. So I remember. I don't remember the first one at all, but I remember some of the second one.
I need to get the new Lego Star Wars game because the new Star Wars Lego game is a remake of everything, right?
Like the Skywalker saga.
I think so.
Yeah, it's all 9. It's all 9 of the games, and it's open world as well,
Open world, interesting.
presumably. And there'll also be depending on the way you play the game, the order, and there will also be like choices you can make that'll influence the rest of the story.
Oh.
So it's gonna be the most probably interesting one. The only thing I wish, it's not huge, it's not a huge issue, but I wish there wasn't voice acting because it's funny.
Yeah,
But,
the voice acting.
that's just for nostalgia, really. It's not a huge problem. I just kind of wish, but oh well.
I've said it before on my podcast, but I love silent protagonists in video games. I feel more self-inserted into them.
I guess.
Yeah, I want more Star Wars games though. Like, if there's one thing I love, it's Star Wars video games, and there's just not enough of them, I feel.
Shit. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is fire.
My friend keeps getting me to reinstalling it, and I keep uninstalling it because he won't play it with me, like, after I install it.
Like the new one?
The new one, yes.
Add me, bro. Add me
It's
on
fun
Origin.
with friends,
Fire.
but I never have anyone to play with.
Shit, I got like 4 I'm playing with. It's a fun ass game.
I'll reinstall it tonight then.
Yeah, it's so fucking fun.
Ugh.
I be getting the battle points. Fuck it. It's a great game.
I don't like the Jedi combat in that game though. Playing hero characters isn't as fun to me.
It's alright.
I like playing the sneaky android.
I just don't like going as heroes in the game with like Galactic Assault and shit, where everyone's normal troopers and droids, and then some bitch comes in with a saber and just kind of, I don't know. I don't like the heroes being in that game mode. I wish there was a game mode where you could just be the troops, and no heroes were involved.
I think there is one. It's I could be wrong. And
I don't remember. I don't think there is. Because no matter what, there's at least some special like fucking hero you can use.
Gotcha.
Or hero like ship. Really, so if you just want to be shooting people.
Well, we're at 47 minutes. We can keep going. We can start closing up. What do you guys want to do?
I'll roll with another like couple minutes, I guess.
All right.
We talked about Star Wars for too long,
A
so
very long time.
for sure.
We've already talked about music, online friendship. We've covered a lot actually in just 47 minutes.
Conversation, it's magical.
There's this game I've been playing recently, and I want to know if you guys have played it or have an opinion on it. It's called Hunt Showdown.
Hunt Showdown.
Hunt Showdown.
I played the beta early 2018.
Yeah, they've changed so much in that game. It's so good now.
I'm not too invested into games. I kind of play the same ones
Yeah,
over
that's
and over
understandable.
again. And like multiplayer ones, and then there's like some story games I play that are all like major titles that everyone else plays. I'm not invested in video games that much. I don't like keep track. I mean, I watch E3 every year as of 2018. So, but I'm not. I just kind of pay attention to what I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not too invested in the game so much as I am with other stuff.
Are you at least a Half-Life fan by chance, or?
Have not played out of the Half-Life games.
Boy, do I have a deal for you. So because they're coming out with the new Half-Life game,
I own them.
oh, you own them, but you haven't played them.
Nope.
How?
Just haven't gone around to it.
You've got to play them.
I mean, maybe not.
I
don't know.
really advise that you try to play them at least once.
I got like 9 games I've recently bought that I still have to play through and beat.
Fair enough.
So
I was gonna
maybe
say,
later.
right now they have every Half-Life game free until they release Half-Life Alyx, which I'm so excited for.
Yeah, no, I got them up because like I don't know if it's like the orange box, like the Val Complete pack. It was either of those about like a while ago. That's why I own them. Yeah. I'm just playing the same fucking multiplayer games, killing them, shoot people, kill them.
Well,
I just spend most of my time with like friends.
that's
really.
good. That's good. I wish I had more friends.
Got a branch. For sure.
So, I guess that's it. Really, we've been going on for like 45, almost 50 minutes now. right at 50 actually. So, do you guys want to plug in your stuff and wrap it up, or?
Yeah.
All right.
Grant, you first.
I want to know what I got to plug, but
I don't know, you got Twitter,
you
right?
got a new company. You got a new phone coming out. I guess not.
I don't.
I guess I'll plug. Yeah, okay. So, album's coming out in the next 2.5 months. I got a birthday next week. That's crazy.
Stream Look the Other Way.
Facts.
Out now?
My new single out now. New video going crazy. And sex. Yeah, I got nothing else. That's it. people
Alright.
should know me, I guess.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone for watching ClickCast. I know I've been away for a while, and I plan on getting back on track with my YouTube channel, and especially ClickCast, getting more podcast interviews.
Wait, actually, I got something to say.
Okay.
Actually, no. Okay, so I know there's gonna be some people watching this that'll like die hard for me. Right, okay. Yeah, I'd like a specific request for the 15 people who are die hard for me. Right. Stop shipping me with my collaborators. You a bitch. Okay, I'm done. Nothing else.
Okay.
Just had to-
As I was saying,
Baby.
I've been Silta. I'd like to thank you all for watching ClickCast. I'll make it a point to keep it up this time instead of going on hiatus for so long. You can follow Wolficide and Grant on Twitter. I will put their links down below.
Yeah,
And with that, I
bitch.
think that is it for ClickCast this week. Say goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, we gay. Keep scrolling.
Yeah, we gay. Keep scrolling.
No cap.
All right, goodbye, everyone.